Nepal's social media ban sparks deadly Gen Z protests. Nepal has been thrown into chaos after the government announced a sweeping ban on 26 major social media platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, YouTube, X, Twitter, and LinkedIn. While a few apps like TikTok and Viber remain accessible after complying with new government rules, the blanket restrictions have triggered mass protests led by Gen Z youth, leaving more than a dozen people dead and hundreds injured. Why did Nepal ban social media? The government claims that the ban was necessary because global platforms failed to register with the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology as required under new laws. Officials argue that this move will help increase accountability of social platforms, prevent the spread of fake news and hate speech, strengthen oversight on content moderation. However, critics see it very differently. Protesters and rights groups accuse the government of suppressing free expression and using the ban as a tool to hide corruption. Protests turned deadly. What began as peaceful demonstrations quickly escalated into violent clashes in Kathmandu and other cities. Police responded with tear gas, water cannons, and rubber bullets. Protesters tried to breach parliament, set fires, and confronted riot forces. The government imposed a curfew in Kathmandu and even deployed the military. Reports vary, but sources confirm that between 11 and 16 protesters have been killed, with more than 40 others injured. International media has described the situation as Nepal's biggest youth-led uprising in recent years. Gen Z leads the movement. Nepal's youth, often described as the Gen Z protesters, are at the forefront of this movement. For them, social media isn't just entertainment, it's a platform for education and awareness, organizing and mobilizing, holding the government accountable. Their slogans, "Stop the ban on social media" and "Stop corruption, not social media," reflect frustration that the government is targeting digital freedoms while ignoring deeper issues like unemployment and corruption. Global reactions. The ban has sparked alarm internationally. Free speech advocates and human rights organizations warn that such blanket restrictions are disproportionate and dangerous. They argue that instead of outright bans, governments should focus on digital literacy, fact-checking mechanisms, and fair regulations. Some observers fear Nepal's ban could set a precedent for other countries in South Asia where governments are already under pressure to control online content. What's next for Nepal? The government faces growing pressure to reverse the ban or at least negotiate with protesters. But the unrest shows no signs of slowing. With the death toll rising, curfews in place, and widespread anger among youth, Nepal is at a crossroads. The world is watching closely to see whether the government will stand firm on its ban, or bow to the voices of its digital generation demanding their right to connect, communicate, and be heard.